Enzo Fernández is trapped. Not injured, not suspended, not dropped, trapped by his own contract at the exact club he once thought would finally make him rich. He just walked off the biggest stage in world football, a World Cup final, and instead of coming home to a hero's welcome and a bumper new deal, reports suggest Chelsea are preparing to do something far colder. Absolutely nothing. No new contract, no urgency, no way out. Just 6 more years of the same deal at a club that suddenly holds every card in the deck. This isn't a transfer rumor. This is a power play. And Enzo might already be losing it. Strip away every headline and this is what's actually happening. Enzo Fernández wants Chelsea to finally pay him like the superstar he became on the world stage, and Chelsea can simply look him dead in the eye and say no, because his own signature is the thing keeping him locked in. For months, Enzo's camp thought they had this won. The plan was simple and it usually works. Push hard behind closed doors for improved terms, and if Chelsea drag their feet, let the Real Madrid rumors do the talking. That kind of pressure normally forces a club's hand fast. No boardroom wants to lose a £100 million midfielder to their biggest rival over a few million a year in wages. So Enzo's representatives pushed, and pushed again. Talks reportedly turned tense in the months before the World Cup even kicked off. And still, Chelsea didn't move. No improved deal was agreed. The two sides simply stopped talking, each one waiting for the other to crack first. That standoff genuinely favored Enzo, at least for a while. Every fresh Madrid link tilted the leverage further in his direction. Then, without warning, the ground shifted entirely underneath him. On July 3rd, Real Madrid didn't just quietly ignore the rumors, they killed them, publicly, in an official statement. Zero interest, zero contact, zero intention of ever pursuing Enzo Fernández. Not a leak. Not a source close to the club. An official denial, straight from the top. That single line of text did more damage to Enzo's bargaining position than anything Chelsea could have said themselves. Before July 3rd, he had a weapon. After it, he had a very expensive, very locked-down contract, and nothing else. The negotiating table. 6 more years. That's what's left on Enzo's Chelsea contract, and it's the single most powerful number in this entire story. No expiring deal means no forced urgency. Chelsea aren't negotiating against a clock. They're negotiating against nothing at all, which means they don't have to negotiate. The business math. Chelsea have reportedly slapped a £120 million valuation on him. That figure isn't a starting point for a conversation, it's a wall. With Real Madrid gone, there is currently no club on the planet publicly positioned to pay it. No buyer, no pressure, no reason for Chelsea to move an inch. The emotional gut punch. Enzo didn't just play well this year, he went to a World Cup final and delivered on the sport's biggest stage. A player who does that expects to come home to recognition. Instead, he may be walking back into a building where nobody's even planning to have the conversation. That's not just a contract dispute, that's a player being told, without saying a word, that none of it changed anything. Picture the walk. Enzo steps off that plane still carrying the sting of a World Cup final defeat, still replaying moments from the biggest game of his career. He walks back through the doors at Cobham expecting, at minimum, a conversation about his future. Instead, he's handed the exact same contract he was already unhappy with. Like the last 6 weeks on the planet's biggest stage never even happened. No new offer, no urgency, not even the courtesy of a fight. Just silence, and silence, for a player who just proved himself on the biggest stage in the sport, might be the cruelest response of all. Let's be perfectly clear about something first. There is zero evidence, none, that Chelsea are deliberately trying to punish or freeze out Enzo Fernández. No statement says it. No source has confirmed it. This is not a conspiracy theory, and it shouldn't be treated like one. But here's the uncomfortable truth underneath all of it. Chelsea don't need a conspiracy to make Enzo's situation brutal. They just need to do nothing at all. Keep playing him. Keep paying him exactly what the current deal says. Never raise the offer, never rush the conversation, never blink. That's not sabotage. That's just cold, patient business, and it might be far more damaging to Enzo than any public dispute could ever be. Now stack on top of that the fireworks from this past summer, knocking England out at the semi-final stage, the backlash over how he celebrated it, and the fact that he plays every single week under one of the most intense media spotlights in world football, and you've got a player walking back into a genuinely hostile atmosphere, even without one hostile word from the club itself. Here's why this matters. 15 goals, 7 assists. Runner-up for Chelsea's own Player of the Year award, last season alone. Then on the biggest stage international football has to offer. 2 goals, 7 matches, 660 punishing minutes on the way to a World Cup final. This isn't a fringe player demanding money he hasn't earned. This is one of the most productive midfielders on the planet right now, hitting a wall built entirely out of paperwork he signed years ago. Chelsea want Enzo to stay, perform, and cost them nothing extra. Xabi Alonso has reportedly told him directly that he's wanted in the squad. This isn't a club trying to sell, it's a club trying to avoid paying above a number they already decided on internally. On the other side, Enzo is chasing recognition on paper, not just on the pitch. A deal that reflects who he is right now, not who he was when he first signed. Then there's the market, and right now it's silent. Real Madrid are out. No other European giant has come close to matching Chelsea's reported price, and without a real buyer applying pressure, the one tool that made this negotiation move in Enzo's favor has disappeared for good. 3 sides, 3 entirely different agendas, and right now, only one of them is under any real pressure to act. And it isn't Chelsea. So where does this go from here? Does Enzo swallow the frustration, put his head down, and try to force Chelsea's hand purely through world-class performances week after week? Or does he sit tight and wait for a different European giant, not Madrid, but someone else entirely, to eventually blow past Chelsea's asking price? Both paths are alive right now, and whichever one wins is going to rewrite how this saga ends. Drop your prediction below right now. Does Enzo get his new deal, or is he stuck honoring the one he already signed? If this breakdown hit different, smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss the next update, and send this to a Chelsea fan who needs to see it before kickoff.